Okay, this video is a vocal tutorial video on the vocal style that we're going to be needing and technique stuff also from page 6 to 9 of the second number. So this is the Come Alive section. The biggest thing about this part are these little anacrusis 16th notes. Anacrusis is just like a fancy way of pickup, like saying pickup notes. The downbeat is here after the double bar, but the 16th notes leading into it are going to be real easy to get lost, both from a pitch standpoint and also from like the enunciation of the words. So you need to practice speaking each of these little pickups and then singing each of these pickups. So, and the world, and you're more, cause your dream, and make sure we get all of those really clean. So like altos, you're staying the same pitch. And once you get to that downbeat, you'll see that then you stay on the same pitch until the next little anacrusis 16th note pattern. Okay, so altos are on the F. And the world, and you're more, cause your dream. Okay, and so we get the cause your dream, and making sure that the pitches are accurate there. And if you practice that kind of isolated with each part, it will help to propel each phrase into the next little mini section there. So then sopranos, you have the melody, obviously. And the world, and you're more, cause your dream. And the next one, and you know. And then the second sopranos, and you know. So there at the top of page 7, last measure here, that's when we split to the 2-part sopranos. Okay, so just listen for that as well. Tenors, you have probably the hardest job actually here, because you have to skip up the 4th on that 16th. And the world, and the world. And again, with the way that we attack words that start with vowels, when we're doing like ballad stuff or like concert choir, a cappella stuff, we want to do like an imaginary aspirate attack of a vowel. So like put an imaginary H in front of it. Hand. But when we're doing like real assertive, like show choir stuff and we're dancing, we want to do a glottal attack. So it means your vocal folds are popping together to create that little pop and cleanliness of that onset. And the world, and the world. Okay, so tenors. And the world becomes, and you're more, and you're more. Again, there's that minor third there. So the world is the perfect 4th, the first one. And then you're more, and then you just stay there. And your dream for the 3rd one. And then you go back for the last one. And you know, cause your dream are the last ones. So then for basses, you just go up by step on the first one. And the world with sopranos. Then you split away from them by going back to the B flat on the second one. And you're more, cause your dream, and you know, to the world. Okay, so when you put all that together for like the tenor part, and the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And then once we do get those little anacrusis 16ths clean, we also need to make sure the cutoff is right together on beat 2 from everybody. So dreaming with your eyes wide open. Okay, it goes right on beat 2 there. Okay, and then the same thing on the next one. Okay, so just making sure we get those really clean and crisp with the onset of the phrase and the cutoff. All right, here is all the parts played together at letter J. So again, basses go by step, tenors go by 4th, altos stay the same, sopranos go up by step like the basses. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, and. Sorry, I didn't quite get that page turned. All right, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, and. Right away, don't hold that open. Okay, if we do that on the second one, just to kind of create some variety, we'll talk about that later. But for right now, make sure that we cut right off on 2. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. and then make sure it's a NIH, a shadow vowel, is what we call it when you cut off a consonant, but it's a voiced consonant. So you have a little pitch after, at the end of the consonant. And we want to make sure that we create that together. So we get open, and it's NIH, not NUH. Don't go open, open. And it's a little bit more pingy when you do NIH at the end of it. So make sure we get those shadow vowels. Okay, so then on letter K, kind of the next chunk of this section, we have the come on, come all, come in, come all, and then we do it again in harmony the second time. So we're going to try to make some adjustments here on measure 110, just so the rhythm kind of changes a little bit as well, because it's the same rhythm both times. We are in unison the first time, and we are going to cut the N off with that shadow vowel on this 8th rest on the and of beat 3. Okay, so it's going to be 1. Come on, come all, come in, come on. Okay, and this is important that we're saying the same thing. Come one, come on. It's not the same thing. It's almost the same, but we want to make sure that this is 1, that we get that little W between there, because we have the E at the end, versus come on, even though they both end with N. So just that one little variation will help to clarify the words there. All right, when we go to 110, we're going to connect these. At least we're going to try doing that just to see if that works for us, to kind of give us a different flavor there. Come on, come on, you hear the call. Plus, I feel like I want to hear those chords kind of ring a little bit longer. So cut them short when we're in unison, carry through when we do the harmonies. Okay, so that whole section then, you're going to listen for the downbeat, obviously, in the band. Come one, come all, come in, come on, come on. And then second time, we have the come on, you hear the call. Now, I do want the L, the shadow vowel at the end of the L, still on beat 2 for right now. But carry through these 8th rests here and then here. So after 1 and after here, carry those through. And then on this last little section here, at the break free at the bottom of the page, we have our Ainsley and Genevieve will be doing this little feature thing up here, and then everybody else will come in at the end. Break free. And this is another one of those moments where we want to hold this straight and a little color here. Ladies, you'll just go right to the vibrato because you're echoing the guys. Okay, and then I think on this next one, so again, just to clarify, hold straight, guys, on the free, add the vibrato here. But then when we go to this dissonant chord here, this is that same chord leading into this, which is kind of a cluster chord. To make sure that rings and is really in tune, I don't want to put any color, no vibrato at measure 117. Okay, so guys, when you're coming in there, basses, break free, break free. Hold it just real pingy, ringy right through the cheeks, and then hold it straight. Okay, so then baritones, you're going to do the same thing, except for you go up to the D. So break free with the bass is the first one. Break free. And it's only 2 beats, so we don't really have time to like match the color of vibrato, so just keep it nice and pure and straight, but real pingy in terms of placement right through here. Okay, so tenors, break free, break free, and then that gives us that. So then altos, you'll be in one part for the first one, then we split here. And then hold that straight. Break free for second altos, break free for first altos. Second sopranos, you start on the C, and then you go up to the D. So all that together. And then with the tenors, and the baritones, and the the basses. Basses, baritones, tenors, alto, alto, second. So we get that nice dissonant chord there. And again, let it be straight so it rings. And then the soprano ones, break free, break free. All right, so, and then we go back into the chorus. So again, those pickup 16th notes, those anacrusis 16th notes, and the whoa, and you're more, cause you're dream. Okay, and then we just do it one more time to the end. Okay, so that's the Twins have their little thing then at the little penultimate section, which means second to last, and then everybody just does it because we're dreaming one more time. So we'll work, obviously, listen to all those harmonies and everything on your part tapes. But this video is really just about trying to get that articulation clear, making some of those changes to some of the rhythms to carry through in that one spot, and then just really trying to listen for that resonant tone and where we want vibrato, where we don't want vibrato. So thank you so much. We'll work it tomorrow.